Good morning and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Pokemon Red. Off screen I did capture another Pokemon, this little Sparrow here, and Sparrow knows Fly, so if we need to go back to any previous locations in the game, we can just hit Fly, and once again you have to scroll through all the cities, but you can go back to any Pokemon Center or any city Pokemon Center that you've been to before, so that's pretty cool. But right now, I don't want to be anywhere but here, because we are going to head down Cycling Road and make our way towards Fuchsia City. A downhill course by the sea. It's a great ride. That it is. It's kind of fun being on the water on a bike. We're going riding together. I'm going for a ride with my girlfriend. Let's see what we can see through the binoculars. A long path over water. That would be Cycling Road. And Celadon Department Store. I like how these are both facing presumably north, and yet this one can see Celadon Store to the east, and this one can see Cycling Road to the south. Don't ask me how that works. Must be some mirrors around here. Alright, now on this road, you actually cannot get off a bike. You have to be on a bicycle. At least you can't get off a bike without using cheats or glitches, I guess. And I'm going to try to avoid these guys, because I do want to come back and fight them later on once we have more team members to train up. And this little north area, it's not sloped, so you can just ride around regularly. There's a little sign, but once you hit here, you automatically go down if you don't press any button. If you press a button, you can slowly pedal uphill, you can go left and right, also slowly, but you can go down really fast. So let's try to avoid at least some of these trainers. And again, this is a really cool mechanic that, you know, obviously took some time to program, but it's things like this that, really showed the love the devs had for the game. It's a notice! Watch out for discarded items. Oh, I think this is a good route for item finder as well. And I don't think you can surf here even after you have surf. That always kind of annoyed me. You might be able to fish. We can check, I guess. Do I have a fishing rod? I don't have a fishing rod, so we can't check, but what does this say? All Pokemon are unique. Even Pokemon of the same type and level grow at different rates. Do they really grow at different rates? I know they have like different stats. I guess I mean like stats grow at different rates, not like level. Press A or B to stay in place while on a slope. I didn't know that. That's a good tip. So there are brake keys. I can't see the sign. Route 17. Alright, so here's our first trainer. Nice bike. How's it handle? Pretty good, I think. Almost cost me $1 million, but luckily we had that voucher from the Poke Fan Club chairman dude. Alright, so this guy has a Weezing, which is kind of surprising actually, because Weezing is also going to be, very minor spoiler, but Koga's best Pokemon. So it's not often that you see a gym leader's best Pokemon before you face that gym leader. That's a critical hit too. Weezing must have a decent special attack in this game. Sludge did a good chunk of damage there. I think we'll need one more Thunderbolt to finish it off. Then again, we are only one level higher than this Weezing, so it makes sense, ouch, that hurt quite a bit, that this will be a pretty tough fight. Alright, that is the end of Weezing. Haddon is not in good shape here, but at least we got a decent amount of experience from that. Let's try to get some damage on this Muck. Pound. Alright, that's the end of Adden, but we have plenty more Pokemon. Alright, Sin, you are up. And let's use Dig, since Dig is super effective against poison types like Muck. And I'm pretty sure that Grimer and Muck are blue version exclusives, whereas Coughing and Weezing are red version. Shoot! So for that reason, I probably will always have a special affinity for Muck. It's a notice! Don't throw the game, throw Pokeballs instead. Well, I wasn't considering it, but thank you for the tip. Nonetheless. I think we're almost at the end of the road. Slope ends here. Well, almost there. Alright, so that's Cycling Road. There are tons of more trainers on there. There's like a field you can catch Pokemon at. But we'll head back there at some point, or maybe I'll head up there off screen to train up our Pokemon. Let's see what that sign said. No pedestrians permitted. But for now, I do want to explore Fuchsia City. Cycling Road is all uphill from here. Anyone up here? Let's see, there are people swimming. Again, shouldn't that be to the south? I mean, I guess there's like a bay up to the north, but we can't really go there. Ah, so this guy will give you Lickitung. It's the only way in this game to get Lickitung, I'm pretty sure. But I don't have a Slowbro, so can't make that trade. Pallet Town's to the west, says the binoculars looking north. That's my hometown, good old Pallet. Slowbro and Lickitung both seem like weird Pokemon too, so it's kind of a fitting trade. Route 18, which is very short. There's only one field and a few bird keepers I seem to remember down here. Maybe once we heal up Adden, that'll be a good place to train him, since he knows Thunderbolt. And of course we have the Fuchsia City Gym, but I think we're going to train up our Pokemon a little bit before we go in there. Koga's Pokemon are fairly high level. And I also want to catch those final additions to our Pokemon team. So let's heal up, even though we only had one battle. That's actually pretty good. I thought we'd have to do more on Cycling Road. You can't win with just one strong Pokemon. It's tough, but you have to raise them evenly. That's what I say, although I know a lot of trainers will only train their starter in these games and get them to an insanely high level. And honestly, if you do that, you probably could do pretty well, just because level range could only do so much. She's talking about Pokemon League HQ. That's right, it used to be called that, instead of just the Pokemon League. The Safari Zone has rare Pokemon. We might have to check that out. Good tips. Anything in this house over here? I seem to remember this being special, but that might have been in like gold and silver. Safari Zone's warden is old, but still active. All his teeth are false, though. Oh, that's right. Bill files his own Pokemon data on his PC. Did he show you? Yes, he did. You've met Bill? He's my grandson. He always liked collecting things even as a child. Oh, this is Bill's house, okay. Or Bill's other house, I guess, is where he grew up, his childhood home. As opposed to his cottage up north of Cerulean. And does he give you like an Eevee or something if you stop by here? And I think he gives you Eevee over in like Goldenrod. Not sure what's special about that house though. Down here there's a beach. Maybe some trainers? Yeah, a couple trainers. We'll head down there eventually, but for now we need to get Surf. So let's explore Fuchsia City a little bit more. Safari Zone, Warden's home. Alright, let's check that out. There's a boulder here. Requires strength. We can use the move strength because we defeated Erica and have the rainbow badge, but we still need to actually get the HM for strength to teach it to our Pokemon. Warden. Hefufu. Hello for thief in the Safari Fall. Healthy 5 feet. I think he's saying he lost his teeth in the Safari Zone. Help me find? Something like that? Find my teeth? I don't know. Sure. Oh, hefufu. Ify for Safari Fall. Thank you, it's in the Safari Zone? Something like that? I don't know. What do his notes say? Can we read his notes? No. Alright, and then over here, if I remember, is the oldest fishing guru brother. Yep. He loves fishing. I like to fish. And he's going to give me a good rod. Yep, so this is the good rod. The other one you get is on that route we were heading towards to the east of here. South of Lavender Town. Eventually you come to another hut and you get the Super Rod. We'll head there eventually. Let's use the good rod in this little pond here first. Test it out a bit. We got a bite. Where the old rod gives you level 5 Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure only Magikarps in this game. The good rod gives you level 10. I thought it was level 20. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it's the Super Rod is level 20 and the good rod is level 10. In later games I think it's good rod is 20 and Super Rod is 40. But I suppose in this game it makes sense that it would be 10 and 20 because being able to catch a level 40 Pokemon at this stage in the game, or pretty close to this stage in the game, would be a little overpowered. Alright, so there's a lot to explore in this town. There's like an outdoor zoo outside the Safari Zone. And having Cut definitely helps navigate this town. Behold, it's passion pink. It's really not, but I like in yellow they actually do tint the towns the color that their name matches. So there's a little zoo out here. Where's Sarah? I said I'd meet her here. Not sure who Sarah is. It's a Slowpoke, friendly and very slow moving. You can actually get the scene Pokedex entries by looking at these Pokemon. I guess we'll take a look at them, might as well. Chansey! Catching one is all up to chance, and they are a very hard Pokemon to catch. I do remember that. So a lot of these Pokemon you can actually find in the Safari Zone, but not all of them. That is not actually an item ball, I think it's a Voltorb. I definitely recommend bringing a Pokemon with Cut to this city, makes it a lot easier to navigate. Yep, that item ball in there is really a Pokemon. It's Voltorb, the very image of a Pokeball. And I believe, as the story goes, there was a Pokeball incident that went horribly awry, and Voltorb was created. Named Lapras, aka the King of the Seas. Good old Lapras, a beautiful Pokemon. One that I really wanted to train in this Let's Play, but I also wanted to start with Blastoise, and I didn't want to have two water types. But Lapras is definitely a very strong Pokemon. Did you try the Safari game? Some Pokemon can only be caught there. Very true, we'll have to give it a shot and see what we find. Name Kabuto, a Pokemon that was resurrected from a fossil. Very nice. Now we actually have the Helix fossil, which will give us Omanite. So it's good that we could at least see Kabuto, even though we can't get him without trading. Kangaskhan, a maternal Pokemon that raises its young in a pouch on its belly. A parent Pokemon, a very powerful Pokemon. We saw one of those when we fought Giovanni, of course. And Kangaskhan and Lapras are both very good additions to any Pokemon team, so if you find one, I definitely recommend trying to catch it and adding them to your team. Pokemon you catch. Aren't they all Pokemon you catch? Alright, I guess we've explored this area pretty well. Some nice rare Pokemon outside the Safari Zone. I do like their exhibit. Without any further ado, let's go on and try the Safari game for ourselves. Welcome to the Safari Zone. For just 500, you can catch all the Pokemon you want in the park. Would you like to join the hunt? Yes, I would. And we'll get some Safari Balls. Alright. So, this is it, the Safari Zone. This brings back lots of memories. It's a very distinct zone in the game. Trainer tips, press the start button to check remaining time. Where's the start button? There we go. And by time, it's really steps. We have 489 steps left. There's a rest house here. I don't remember what you do inside these. You can actually rest, but you can talk to people. Oh, there's... Okay, I guess Eric and Sarah were trying to meet in front of the Safari Zone. She's in the front of the Safari Zone. He is in front of the Safari Zone. A little confusing. Now, we don't have Surf yet, which makes this a lot easier to navigate. And in fact, our goal in this visit to the Safari Zone might be to find the HM for Surf. But if we encounter any Pokemon along the way, we will maybe try to catch them too. Nidorino. So you can find, I think, both Nidorino, Nidorina, and both Nidorans here. No matter what version you're on. But definitely a better chance of finding male ones. Oh, I didn't mean to use a Safari Ball. That... Well, let's see what happens. Okay, he escaped. I don't know if you can use repels here. It'd be kind of pointless, I guess. You can find Paras and Parasect. It's a weird looking Pokemon. Another Pokemon that I've never interpreted the sprite correctly. I always thought, like, these were its hind legs, like it was standing up really high, and this part was like the ground is down here, and it's above the ground. These are its pincers hanging down, but really, its pincers are supposed to be moving forward, and these are like its side legs, like a crab, which you'll notice in later sprites. There's some more water. There's lots of cool items in here. You do have to be careful, though, not to fill up your inventory. Guess we shouldn't have gone this way. Alright. And the Pokemon I'm looking for, I think you can find it in every zone, or most zones. But I do know it has a higher chance in one of the zones. I did look this up. But it was, of course, a couple weeks ago, and I forget at this point. I was also trying to look up what the best strategy is for the Safari Zone, because, oh, TM37, is that like Horn Drill or something like that? I feel like it is. Egg Bomb! That's a move that can only be taught to a precious few Pokemon. Ones that are based on eggs. So Chansey, Execute, Executor, and Mew, I think? It is a pretty decent normal type attack, though. Let's visit the rest stop while we're here. Or rest house, rather. I think one of these guys will trade your Pokemon or something. He's bushed from the work. I caught a Chansey. That makes this all worthwhile. Chansey is a rare Pokemon. So this is kind of... It's a really cool zone. It's like the Pokemon catching experience distilled. Almost like Pokemon Go in a way. It's like the original Pokemon Go. There's no fighting involved. You just go around and catch Pokemon out in the wild. And the really cool thing here is just that thrill of finding a rare Pokemon and trying to catch it before it runs away. Because every Pokemon in the Safari Zone has a chance of running away. It really is very similar to Pokemon Go. Win a free HM for finding the secret house. Ooh, we will have to try to do that. I suspect it's at the very end of the Safari Zone. I don't really remember the way, but hopefully we can figure it out. Cool level design here too. I really like how the whole zone is laid out with all these different zones and dead ends like the one we have here, it seems. Just wasting our time. Wow, we're almost out of time already. We have to make a second trip. Kind of thought it would last longer than that. I suppose you kind of have to make like a straight line then to get to the end before the timer runs out. But at least we're learning things here in the Safari Zone. And you might have noticed you don't send out Pokemon here in the Safari Zone. Pokemon hide in tall grass. Thank you. I think we've all realized that by now. I'm not sure if I should go down to the other area or if I should go over here. I'm thinking maybe over here. Area 2. Maybe up here even? Another Nidorino. Nothing too rare or exciting yet, but there are a lot of rare Pokemon. There's Kangaskhan, Chansey, Tauros, Tangela. No, you can't find Tangela. Maybe in yellow you can find Tangela here. I don't remember. TM40. I think there are others too, I'm just not thinking of at the moment. Skull Bash. That's a fairly powerful normal type attack, but it's not that good because it does take a charge up turn. Oh, I think we're going the right way. I think I remember this a little bit. Protein. The question is, will we get there in time? Apparently not, because we only have 15 steps left. But I do think this is the right way, so let's see if we can find a Pokemon. Nope. Time's up, your Safari game is over. Did you get a good haul? Not really. Didn't find anything I actually wanted to capture. Alright, let's go again though, because I really want to get to the secret house and win that TM, or HM. Let's see, Chansey, Tauros, Kangaskhan. There are 3 rare Pokemon you can only catch here. But I know there are more. This is also the only place besides the game corner to get a Dratini. And I think you need a Super Rod to catch those. Rhyhorn. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. I don't think you can catch Rhydon here. Now, Rhyhorn and Rhydon are slow, but they're very powerful. So if you're okay with catching slow Pokemon, then I say go for it. That'd be a cool playthrough. It would be to have like a team of slow Pokemon. Like a Rhydon, and a Slowbro, a Snorlax. I don't remember which way we went the first time. Let's try this way. Hopefully this is not a bad choice. Oh, I think it might be. It's maybe a dead end. Another Parasect. And in yellow, I'm pretty sure you can actually catch... You know what? Is the Super Rod maybe level 15? It might be. For some reason, I'm thinking it's 15 and not 20. But I guess we'll find out eventually. You also want to like hug the rocks as much as you can so as not to waste extra steps. Alright, maybe we are going the right way. I think up there was the dead end. And this was the correct path over here. Execute! Alright guys, we have our first Pokemon we actually want to catch and add to our team. It is a grass Pokemon, a grass and psychic type. Now the way the Safari Zone works, you can throw bait, which makes the Pokemon less likely to run away. The rock, which makes them easier to capture, or of course, Safari Balls. The thing is, these also have the inverse effect, so throwing bait makes them less likely to run away, but more difficult to capture. Throwing rocks makes them more likely to run away, but less difficult to capture. Now, Execute is fairly common in the Safari Zone, so let's actually throw a rock, because if it runs away, we can always just find another. But it will make it easier to catch. Well, that was really quick, but okay. In some ways, I think the best strategy might just be throwing Safari Balls and not worrying about the rocks or the treats, the bait. But I haven't like verified that. I did see there are equations on the wiki. Hopefully somebody has done the math and figured out the best strategy. But I'll have to look that up in between episodes. if we don't catch the Pokemon we want in this episode. Paris. You can find them here and at Mount Moon, and I'm not sure if you can find them anywhere else. They are a fairly rare Pokemon. Another Nidorino. So if you didn't catch a Nidoran, male or female, early on in the game, you can catch one here. Nidoqueen and Nidoking are, of course, good additions to any team. But it's a lot more fun when you catch them at a low level and train them all the way up. Tauros. Alright, guys. Well, this is the 6th and final member of our team. I just don't know if it's worth throwing the bait, or should I'm just going to throw... I'm going to throw a ball, because my guess is that the fact that you throw one of these items and it takes a turn, like if it didn't take a turn to throw these items, then it might be good to throw them. But because your Pokemon has a chance to run, it has a roll no matter what after you end the first turn. I think it might be smarter just to throw Safari Balls and hope to get lucky. So let's give it a shot. Didn't catch it there. And it ran. Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, we do want to have a Tauros and an Execute as the last members of our team, both of which we will find here in the Safari Zone. So that's kind of cool that we found one this early on. But it might take a while to find another. And I do have to look up and see which zones have the best chances to find Tauros and Execute. For now, though, I really want to get to the final zone, which is... Oh, a Chansey! Let's try to catch Chansey, just because we probably won't use all of our Safari Balls anyway, and it is a rare Pokemon. Hey, we got Chansey. Alright, sweet. Didn't really need it, but it's cool to catch a rare Pokemon. Chansey, a rare and elusive Pokemon that is said to bring happiness to those who manage to get it. I do not. And Chansey has always been a very strong Pokemon. It has a ton of health, which is why. It has, like, I think almost twice the health of the next highest Pokemon, which is like Snorlax and maybe Lapras. Trainer tips. The secret house is still ahead. Thank you, Random Sign. I appreciate it. Alright, and we're only about halfway on steps. That's pretty good. Request notice. Please find the Safari Warden's lost gold teeth. They're around here somewhere. Reward offered. Contact Warden. What could these be? It's his teeth. I always thought it was really funny how the teeth are right next to the sign that advertises that. Like, whatever Safari Zone workers spent all their time putting up this sign, couldn't they have just, like, walked 2 more steps and found the teeth? Seems a little silly. But this is the final zone. And you may notice something cool over there. What is this? TM32 is... Double Team. Alright, that's a evasive move. Very powerful, but very annoying for your opponents. Wow, I did not expect to find an item. I was just trying to read the sign. Apparently you can't read the sign, though. Whenever you see these statues, you know there's something important going on. It's either a gym, or the Pokemon League, or in this case, the Safari Zone Secret House. I always thought it sucked for those people, and I think I've probably done it at least once, who make it here with like no steps left and end up getting teleported back inside the Safari House. It's kind of sad, but luckily we made it here in good time, and we have 175 Safari steps left. You're the first person to reach the Secret House! Wow, in like 16 years this game has been out, or almost 20 years, I'm the first person? That's pretty impressive. I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won. Kanto received HM03. HM03 is Surf. Pokemon will be able to ferry you across water, and this HM isn't disposable. You can use it over and over. You're super lucky for winning this fabulous prize, and indeed this is one of the items I wanted most in this game, because we are going to teach a number of our Pokemon the move Surf. It's a very powerful water-type attack. Doesn't have any bonus effects, but it does have 100% accuracy. One of my favorite moves, probably my favorite water-type move in the entire game, even to this day. So we are going to teach that definitely to Blastoise, and to probably our Dragonite and Nidoqueen as well, or sorry, Dragonair and Nidoqueen as well. Because it's a really good move, and the main reason I'm teaching it to all of them is because it's a good move that you can teach to as many Pokemon as you want. Another Execute. Let's go with the Safari Ball this time. Nope, not quite. Nope. Hasn't run yet, though. Maybe we should have used some bait. Nope. And it's hard to get good TMs in this game, and Pokemon have very limited leveling movesets. I'm not going to use bait at this point because it would kind of be a waste, since it wouldn't apply retroactively, obviously. But maybe next time we find Execute, I will use some bait to start things off. Level 27 too, that's pretty good. Come on, Execute, join my team. Yes, we did it! We have caught the 5th member of our team, and Execute. And let's read its Pokédex entry. Often mistaken for eggs, when disturbed, they quickly gather and attack in swarms. I always like how the main egg is so big in this sprite too. That does not seem to be the case later on. It's about 1 foot in height, weighs 6 pounds. Alright, we are going to give Execute a nickname, and I actually have to check my spreadsheet here, because I forgot what I was going to name the best 2 members of my team. Alright, Execute was going to be named. Gotta find my my thing here, my naming area. Okay, so I'm going to name. Trying to figure out which Pokemon is which nickname here. Alright, so Execute is going to be named Sia, after Fuchsia, the city we are pretty close to right now. So I guess we'll assume it is a female Execute. Alright, Sia, welcome to the team, and end. Sia was transferred to Bill's PC, but we will pick her up in a little while. For some reason, I've always thought like Execute looks female and Executor looks male. Maybe because Execute is cute in the name and Executor, I don't know. But for whatever reason, there's some Pokemon you always think of as like default male and some you think of as default female, even though their gender ratios are probably 50-50. But alright, that's one rare Pokemon. Now, I think we found Tauros in the same zone. So let's just walk in this grass a while until our Safari Zone time runs out. And we'll see if maybe we'll get lucky and find a Tauros as well. It'd be really cool to catch both of our final team additions in this episode. That means I would be able to train off screen. Oh, didn't mean to do that. The text goes really fast. It ran. Alright, good. Save me the time of having to run myself. And again, it's just like in Pokemon Go. You know those moments, for those of you who play, where you throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon you don't really want, and it doesn't get in there, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to run away. I don't have time to catch this guy. It's not worth it. And you're about to hit run, but before you do, the Pokemon runs away, and it's like, well, I didn't want you anyway. Kind of a weird feeling. There's Nidorina. Alright, so that confirms that you can catch the other line of Nidorans, even in the opposite versions here. So if you have a preference for Nidoqueen or Nidoqueen, well, another one, or Nidoking, you can catch their pre-evolutions here in the Safari Zone. We are looking for a Tauros. Even if we don't find one, though, oh, a Venomoth. That's right. You can find, I think, Venonat and Venomoth here. I'm not gonna try to catch Venomoth. I might have mentioned this before, but I do kind of like Venomoth, and I guess because it can learn Psychic-type attacks, which are so good in this game. Because otherwise, it's not really a good Pokemon. It has a lot of weaknesses and not high stats. But as far as Bug goes, it seems like a pretty cool, sort of a more, I don't know, advanced, a more elite Bug-type Pokemon. Although the really powerful Bug-types are Pinsir and Scyther. Which, fun fact, no trainer in this game uses. There's only a handful of Pokemon. It's those two, Golem, and I'm not sure, there's one or two, I guess the fossil evolutions. Alright, your Safari game is over? Yes, it is. Did you get a good haul? Come again. Well, alright then. That's going to be it for that iteration of the Safari Zone. Now, there's still some items in there that I probably want to find, and obviously there is a Tauros that I want to capture. So I'm going to go ahead and walk around the Safari Zone a while. I'm going to make sure that that zone is the zone with the highest rate for Tauros, and if it's not, I'll go to whatever zone does have the highest rate. And I will catch you guys in a bit when I run into our next Tauros. Alright, so that's really lucky. We are actually in the same place we found the last Tauros, but in this zone, which is Area 2, I'm pretty sure, there's only a 1% chance of finding Tauros in Red and Blue. So that's twice we've gotten really lucky here. I was trying to make my way to the field in Area 3, which is where Tauros has a 4% chance to be caught, or to be found. And I did look up the strategy. it was for the same reasons I was thinking about. It is better to just throw the balls in almost every case than to try to use bait and rocks. Essentially because there's a really good article I found on, what was the site called? Okay, don't run, Tauros, don't run. Okay, didn't run. Dragonflycave.com. So if you Google Dragonfly Cave Safari Zone, it'll probably come up. But as they explain, basically you win if you catch the Pokemon wins if it runs. And essentially, oh, there we go. Every time that a turn ends, the Pokemon has a chance to win. So even though, and if you throw a rock, because it makes their chance of running and your chance of catching go up, and throwing bait makes both those chances go down, essentially the only gain is to the Pokemon, who then has a free turn to try to run away. So long story short, in almost every case, it's better just to throw Pokeballs and not worry about bait or rocks. But yeah, this zone you can only find Tauros 1% of the time. So I'm going to try to make it down to Zone 3, and you have to go this way to get to the field in Zone 3. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that right away, so I only have 98 steps left. But this one field down here has the has the best chance to catch a Tauros. And the two Pokemon that I was thinking of that you can find here that are also very rare are Scyther if you're playing red version, or Pinsir if you're playing blue. Which is a bit ironic because I was just talking about them, and I totally forgot you could actually find them here in the Safari Zone. So this is the field I'm going to spend a little bit of time at. I did want to use Surf to get here because it's so much faster with Surf. And I actually taught Ad Surf for that very purpose, but I forgot you actually need the Soul Badge from Koga the gym leader in order to use it outside of combat. So yeah, we might actually end up doing the 5th badge and then come here to get a Tauros, because that'll make catching one so much easier. We'll have to see about that. But anyway, I will be back either when I find a Tauros, or if I decide to postpone it and get the ability to use Surf first. Alright, here we go. Tauros number 3. Hopefully this is the lucky one. And it turns out you can get to the field you need to even without Surf in only about 200 steps, a little over. So that leaves you almost 300 left to actually search for Tauros. We're going to go with our good old strategy of just throwing Safari Balls. Nope. Take 2. Come on, Tauros. Join my team. It's not running, at least. That's something, but... this thing is hard to catch. Must have a very low catch rate. Nope. Take 5. Nope. Come on, Tauros, make my day. It's only shaking one time, and then it ran. So yeah, this guy has a very low catch rate. So I think what I'm going to do, probably at 70 steps, I'm going to get rid of these 70 steps. Hopefully find another Tauros in the meantime. But, let's see. Could this be another one already? No. Not quite that lucky. But if we don't catch him here, we'll just go ahead, train up a bit, get the Fuchsia badge next episode, and then I can come back here very easily using Surf to make a shortcut, and then it'll be a lot easier to find a Tauros to catch and add to our team. Hitter and female, let's see, 23 steps. Could we be that lucky? Only 1 or 2 more Pokemon. Execute. Good Pokemon, already have one of those. And one of my main goals for this game when I was building this team, or laying out this team, was to not double up on types. That's something I usually try to avoid as much as possible. So, and I really wanted to have either a Nidoqueen or a Nidoking on my team, which are poison types, obviously. So for that reason, I didn't want to use any of the grass and poison type Pokemon for my grass type. So that kind of left Execute as the obvious choice. Did you get a good haul? Not really. I saw some cool Pokemon. Didn't really catch any of them, though. But, alright, it is really cool we caught a Chansey. I'm still a little surprised about that. Before we end this episode, there is one more thing I would like to do. Well, 2 more things, actually, but... Let's give the Warden his teeth back first. Because it seems like he's having a hard time coping without his dentures. And they're gold teeth, mind you. Alright. Okay, Warden. The warden popped in his teeth. Thanks, kid. No one could understand a word that I said. I couldn't work that way. Let me give you something for your trouble. HM04, sweet. HM04 teaches strength. It lets Pokemon move boulders when you're outside of battle. Oh yes, did you find Secret House in Safari Zone? If you do, you win an HM. I hear it's the rare Surf HM. So for the Safari Zone is actually really useful in this game. You get 2 HMs out of it. And that's just Pokemon photos and fossils. I'm not going to teach any of these Pokemon strength because it's a pretty good move, but not one I want them to learn forever. And like I said before, all HM moves in this game, if you teach to them, then they have to keep it for the rest of the entire game. And I prefer Body Slam to strength, although unfortunately there's only 1 TM for Body Slam, and we're actually going to use that on Tauros once we get one. But there is a rare candy right there, so I definitely recommend coming back here with strength, which I might do off screen, just to grab that rare candy. The other thing I want to do though is that even though I'm not going to teach any Pokemon strength, I do want to teach a couple Pokemon Surf. And like I said, I already taught it to Adin, replacing Bubble Beam. So let's go ahead and replace Viri's Water Gun with Surf, which is obviously quite a bit better. Yes, we're going to delete an old move, and that is Water Gun. I think Water Gun is base 40 and Surf is base 95, so that's a huge stat increase right there. And of course, we're going to teach Surf to our resident water type pal, the Blastoise. I could wait for Hydro Pump, but Hydro Pump has lower power points and it has a chance of missing, so for that reason I definitely prefer to use Surf. Pal forgot Water Gun and Pal learned Surf. Alright, so now 3 of our Pokemon know that very good move. But alright, so I'm going to take a little break, guys, and while we're off screen I'm going to train up, maybe I'll train up Adin and Sin a couple more levels, and I'm going to train up our new Execute, Sia. So she's on par with them, and when we come back, we will take on the Fuchsia City Gym and gain the ability to use Surf out of battle. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next episode.